The rainstorm apocalypse arrived. I was locked in the basement of the villa by my parents. Then, a massive rainstorm that lasted for 2 months submerged the entire city. While I was trapped in the basement, my parents took my sister and fled to the old high-rise apartment. They escaped the disaster, indifferent to me dying in the apocalyptic storm. I am the one hiding in the old high-rise delicious food and playing games. Meanwhile, right outside my door are my heartless parents and sister. In my past life, meow. So this time, don't even think about coming in. Reborn back to the time before we moved. My dad stood at the entrance of the villa, pointing to the high-rise residential building not far away. You. Put down your luggage. Go back and live in the old apartment. There's no room for you in the villa. The air on the 30th floor is fresh. It suits you better. We used to live in room 3001, building 15. It was on the top floor. Just a 5-minute walk from the villa area. Are you mute? I told you to drop your luggage and get back to the old apartment. Do you understand? Seeing that I kept quiet, my dad barked fiercely at me. He had always been like this. He would fly into a rage whenever something slightly displeased him. I felt a secret joy in my heart and replied, "Okay, Dad, I'll go back to the old apartment right away. I won't disturb you guys." My dad gave a cold snort, then turned and looked at Liu Ryan affectionately, saying, "Born from the same mother. How can the difference be so big? Our Ryan is so cute, while you are like a zombie. It's annoying just looking at you. That. Don't say that about my sister. Stop treating her like that, okay?" Liu Ryan smiled, showing her dimples. She seemed to be speaking up for me, but in reality, she was just being smug, enjoying the favoritism our parents had given her for years. "Let's go inside quickly. Ignore-you. The weather is unbearably hot. Don't let you get a heat stroke." My mom, holding her teddy dog, you strode into the house, holding the key to the old apartment. My tense heart slowly relaxed. I no longer expected any family love. All I wanted was to stay alive, because the move was rushed. None of my family members brought the apartment keys. Only I had them. Première canoe. That a bizarre and massive rainstorm would hit tonight. It would be enough to destroy the entire villa. It might last for 2 whole months. And the lower floors of the entire community would be in imminent danger. But my old apartment on the 30th floor would ironically be the safest place. Because no matter how heavy the rainstorm is, it's impossible for it to submerge the 30th floor. So, all I needed was to stockpile enough food, lock the doors and windows securely, and I would be able to survive well. Unfortunately, I didn't have much money. I only had 300 yuan of allowance that I had secretly saved for a long time. It was far too little. Just as I was worrying, my mom sent me a money transfer. A full 100,000 yuan. Your sister, says the living room is too hot. Go and order 10 floor-standing air conditioners right now. And have them delivered immediately. If you delay, I'll kill you. I accepted the money and replied with a smiley face. Mom really loved my sister so much. Afterward, I immediately rushed to the supermarket near the community and went on a shopping spree. I wanted to buy as many filling supplies as possible, including instant noodles, mineral water, instant heating food, etc. If the rainstorm really lasted for 2 months, I didn't want to live through it starving. Because water and electricity would definitely be cut off during the storm, I tried my best to buy ready-to-eat supplies, since I needed a large quantity. I directly spoke to the supermarket manager, so they could deliver it straight to my door. 10 boxes of instant noodles, 6 boxes of mineral water, 8 boxes of high-energy biscuits, 10 large bags of beef jerky, and 200 portions of self-heating meals. In addition, there were a bunch of miscellaneous snacks, as well as everyday necessities and several boxes of living supplies. Anyway, since the supermarket could deliver them, the more, the better. I left my address and floor number with them, so they could bring everything up for me. In a rainstorm apocalypse, there would definitely be chaos. Although the security doors of the apartments here were practically impenetrable. Je tombe safe. I still went to a hardware store and bought some self-defense equipment. With these things, I wouldn't even panic facing a strong man. A sense of security is simply too important. When it got dark, I carried a large bag of medicines and hurried back home. I made sure not to miss any common medicines, so I wouldn't be left untreated if I got sick later. When everything was done, and I finally felt completely at ease, a few drops of rain fell on my head. In the distant sky, lightning, like dancing dragons and snakes, suddenly tore through the night, accompanied by a deafening thunderclap. The whole earth seemed to tremble. It was raining. My heart shuddered a little. I still had lingering fears about the tragic death of drowning in the basement in my past life. The high temperature weather had lasted for half a month, so people were actually happy about this rain. But non can you? That this rain might last for 2 months. Even if it paused temporarily in between. A continuous, intermittent rainstorm for 2 months was something no one could endure. Returning home, I locked the security door securely. There was one good thing about these high-rise apartments: their anti-theft capability was incredibly strong if outsiders wanted to get in. Aside from hiring a professional locksmith, they would have to use explosives. Of course, lacking a sense of security since childhood, I still felt it wasn't safe enough. So I moved the shoe cabinet to completely block the door. After finishing all this, I finally relaxed, sat down on the sofa, feeling too exhausted to move. Then, my phone on the sofa rang. It was a call from my mom. I closed my eyes and lazily answered it. My mom immediately started cursing loudly. "Where the hell have you been? I told you to buy the air conditioners. Why haven't they arrived yet, you useless trash? Your sister is dying of heat. Where are the ACs? Now, it's raining. Who is going to deliver them?" My mom was furious, but a sudden sense of satisfaction welled up in my heart. I glanced at the pouring rain outside that was getting heavier, and I just sneered. I didn't speak. I just kept laughing. "What are you laughing at? I'm asking you, where are the ACs?" My mom grew even more violent. I could imagine her bloody mouth screaming wildly, spitting everywhere. But I just refused to talk. You have a death wish, don't you? Are you mute? My dad snatched the phone, his voice full of threats and murderous intent. "Don't worry. When my sister dies of the heat, she won't need an air conditioner anymore," I offered my gentle suggestion. The other end fell completely silent. My dad was clearly stunned. Then he roared in a piercing voice. You? What did you just say?" I hung up the phone, stretched my body, and went to take a shower, soaking in the comfortable hot water while watching the rainstorm outside the window. I had never felt so relaxed. I soaked for a full hour. Who knew how I used to shower in the past? If I ever took longer than 10 minutes, my parents would definitely scold me for wasting water. They wouldn't even allow me to use hot water. Actually, my family wasn't poor at all. What's the big deal if I used some hot water? They just simply couldn't stand me, that's all. After the shower, I felt refreshed and rejuvenated. I glanced outside. It was already pitch black. The rain was pouring down. The entire world seemed to be covered by a black cloth. And water kept overflowing from the black cloth. It was terrifying to watch. I closed the curtains first, then opened a box of self-heating food, paired it with a chicken leg and cured fish, and enjoyed a hearty meal. Just then, my phone rang again. It was a message from the family group chat. Première tapis open. And saw my sister, Liu Ryan, sending messages. The rain is so heavy. Dad, Mom, I'm a little scared. Can you guys come to my room? Don't be afraid, sweetheart. We'll be right there. Soon, Liu Ryan posted on her WeChat moments. It was a selfie of their family of 3 cuddling together with the dog in the bedroom. It started storming right after we moved into the villa. So unlucky. But luckily I have Mom and Dad with me, so happy. Posting on moments wasn't enough for her. She also sent it to the group chat, intentionally tagging me. Siste, where are you? Are you scared? I heard you want me to die from the heat, so I won't need to buy an AC anymore. Do you hate me that much? I ignored her. Liu Ryan continued to provoke me. Even with Mom and Dad here, I'm still so scared. You must be even more terrified all alone in that apartment, right? Hee hee. At that moment, I had just finished my meal. I packed up the trash, tied it up, and threw it into Liu Ryan's old bedroom. I was planning to use her room as a garbage dump. After all, the rainstorm might last for 2 months. And when the water and electricity were cut off, trash would be hard to dispose of. I could just store it there for now, and throw it downstairs when the rain stopped. I deliberately took a photo and sent it to the group chat, showing that the trash was tossed into Liu Ryan's room. Her room was the largest and got the most sunlight. The empty bed was cute and pretty. But unfortunately, it was now piling up with trash. Liu Ryan went crazy. What are you doing? Why are you throwing trash in my room? It's raining. I can't take it out. I'm just using your room to store it for now, so it won't stink up the place for me. I said it as a matter of fact. A moment later, my dad roared in a voice message. You? Do you have a death wish? How dare you throw your trash into your sister's room? My mom was also furious. You psycho. Clean up your sister's room right now, or I'll beat you to death. I just replied with an emoji, reflecting on that night. I listened to the lightning and thunder. I thought I would suffer from insomnia all night. But, surprisingly, I fell asleep the moment my head hit the pillow, and I slept more soundly than ever before. The terrifying sound of rain hitting the windows outside somehow turned into a lullaby. When Première woke up, the sky was still dark and gloomy. It should be around 10 a.m. The rainstorm showed no signs of stopping. The power at home was already out, but the 4G network was still working. The #1 trending topic was this strange rainstorm, which might last for 2 months. I had made preparations, so I wasn't panicked. But someone else was in a panic. My parents and sister. They panicked in the middle of the night. They called me multiple times, demanding that I open the door. Clearly, just like in the previous life, they discovered the villa was flooding at midnight and had to flee to the old apartment overnight. In my past life, I was basement and drowned alive. But in this life, I am safe and sound in the old apartment, sleeping peacefully. They knocked on the door for half the night, but couldn't get in. Even now, they were still knocking. I walked towards the door with a cold smile and heard their voices. My dad weakly guessed. Could it be that Yu isn't home? Did she leave last night? We've been knocking forever, and she hasn't opened it. She made us so angry. She's probably afraid we'll settle the score with her, so she hid overnight. She always liked hiding from me before. I didn't make a sound, just listened with a cold smirk. Liu Ryan spoke up in a hoarse, miserable voice. What do we do now? I'm so tired and hungry. Just open the door already. None of us have the keys. And in this heavy rain, we can't even find a locksmith. Don't worry, good girl. That's hier. Liu Ryan cursed me while crying. It's all Yu's fault. How dare she not leave the keys at the villa? I want to break her hands. Okay. We'll break Yu's hands. Don't cry, sweetheart. Mom's heart is breaking for you. Suddenly, the rainstorm grew louder, and the sky brightened up a bit. My dad was overjoyed. The rain is stopping. Let's go back to the villa. See, I told you. How could it possibly rain for 2 months? Then let's hurry back. Mom will cook for you. Don't cry, Ryan. My mom smiled and said, we only have a few bundles of noodles at home. When the rain completely stops, we'll all go buy something delicious. They happily walked away. But première cagnou. They had probably just given up their only chance of survival. If they has building, they could absolutely avoid the flooding. Moreover, there are many people in this building, so they could always beg for some food. If they were lucky, they might have survived the 2 months. But now, they had gone back again. I glanced downstairs. The entire community was already an ocean. Walking through, it was literally wading through a river. Once the rainstorm poured again, and the water surged, it would be extremely difficult for them to come back. Last night was the best opportunity, and they indeed seized it and came over. But now, they had left again. I stood on the balcony, staring at the family of 3 in the rainwater. They waded through the calf-deep water, slowly moving towards the villa area. How heartwarming. Just as my parents and sister returned to the villa, the rainstorm, which had paused for half an hour, began pouring again. The local authorities issued a warning, stating that the water level of the Jiangjiang River was to overflow its banks. And the Jiangjiang River was barely a kilometer away from our community. Furthermore, the property management also issued a warning, saying the power outage was due to broken circuits in the underground garage. Electricity was leaking in some areas, so everyone must absolutely not wade through the water. Who would dare to wade through the water now? My parents and sister had lost their final initiative. They wouldn't dare to leave the villa anymore. Sure enough, my dad sent a voice message in the group chat. Honey, take our daughter to the 3rd floor first. Don't go down to the first floor or touch the water. God knows where the electricity is leaking. Don't. When is this rain going to stop? I can't even boil a bowl of noodles for our daughter now. My mom was frustrated to death. Afterward, the family of 3 started verbally attacking me again. All cursing me. Basically saying, why didn't I leave the keys at the villa? I stayed silent and started preparing my lunch. My supplies were more than enough. I could eat whatever I wanted. At this time, the rainstorm had spiraled out of control. Countless massive raindrops, like stones, smashed against the windows. The security bars groaned under the immense pressure. It felt as if hail was falling on the roof, and the ceiling could be pierced at any moment. But rain is just rain, after all. It was impossible to pierce through my apartment. I glanced at the community below and found the water pool was overflowing. All the roads were completely submerged. The rainwater in the community was at least half a meter deep. What did that mean? Half a meter of water, combined with electricity leakage, had thoroughly cut off any possibility for residents to move around. The residents could only move within their own buildings, and those in the villa area could only hide on the 3rd floor and wait for the rain to stop. And this was just the 2nd day of the rainstorm. I constantly observed the water level and noticed it kept rising. On the 10th day, a flash flood surged from the direction of the Jiangjiang River. The entire community was engulfed in terror. Many people were screaming. Has the Jiangjiang River breached its banks? Run to higher ground. There's water everywhere. Things began to collapse. Order had entirely broken down. I checked the security door, then laid down on the sofa, peacefully. My phone still had a signal. I had to admire the government's infrastructure. Even in this state, it hadn't completely collapsed yet. After days of silence, the family group chat finally showed a message. I found a power bank and charged my phone. What's your situation? Husband, we're hiding in the attic. It seems electricity is leaking in the living room too. I don't dare to move. Luckily, we brought the raw noodles up here. We've been eating them dry, so we wouldn't starve. How about you? My mom's voice was extremely weak, hoarse, and unpleasant to hear. I picked up a bunch of rotten bananas that floated by. I've been relying on them, managing to survive for 10 days. They were quite lucky. Dad, I'm so hungry. Hey you. Am I going to die? I can't take it anymore. Hurry and find something for me to eat. Liu Ryan was on the verge of a total breakdown. She had grown up living a life of luxury. She had never suffered like this before. Good girl, don't cry. I see someone in the villa opposite us. I'll go beg for some food in a minute. At that moment I will again. I took a picture and sent it to the group. The family chat exploded instantly. You bastard. Where did you find food? Bring it to me right now. You were in the apartment. Why didn't you open the door last time? Do you want to die? My mom roared too, sounding exactly the same as Liu Ryan. I casually sent a message back. Family, just having a simple little hot pot. Don't forget to leave a like. Sending that text to the group triggered a chain reaction from Liu Ryan and my mom. Voice messages, each hitting the 60-second limit, bombarded the chat. But I didn't listen to a single one. Then, my dad sent a text message. You It's flooded everywhere now. And the Jiangjiang River has breached its banks. You have to be careful. Don't leave the apartment, understand? He truly was a corporate executive. My dad's manipulative tactics came so effortlessly. This reminded me of 3 years ago. When my dad was hospitalized for 2 months, I was the one looking after him, taking care of him day and night. Yet, my mom still scolded me for being insensible. Waking me up from my brief rest. At that moment I remained home and never come back. But my dad suddenly spoke to me in a comforting tone. You, thank you for taking care of me. Dad is really grateful to you. At that moment, the tears. Feeling that I was finally being noticed, all my resentment vanished into thin air. I didn't run away, première stagiaire, and continued being their hardworking, uncomplaining slave. Thinking about it now, my dad was really cunning. He easily dissolved my resentment. And I didn't even realize it. I got goosebumps. Looking at my dad's caring words, I felt more disgusted than ever. Of course, I won't go out. You guys forced me to come back to the old apartment. So, I'm not going anywhere, I replied coldly. It's good that you don't go out. Dad was really afraid something happened to you. Obizue, the homeowners in our villa area, are planning to self-rescue. Someone has a rubber boat. You being alone in the old apartment, we are still very worried. We will find a chance to take the boat to the old apartment to find you. You must open the door for us. See, the fox finally showed its tail. Messages in the family chat kept coming one after another. From the initial screaming and threatening, it gradually evolved into a deliberately fabricated, nauseating display of affection. You, Dad misses you. The rain outside is so heavy. Are you really okay all by yourself? Dad is very worried. It was Dad's fault before. I was too hot-tempered. Actually, Dad has always cared about you. We are a family, after all. Our bones are broken, but the tendons remain connected. Mom was wrong. Mom shouldn't have scolded you all the time. Mom only realizes now how sensible you've been since childhood. You've done so much for the family. It's Mom who failed to see your worth. Your sister is just immature. Don't hold it against her. Under these current circumstances, our family should be together, supporting each other. Sister, I'm so scared. I'm so hungry. I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that, sister. Will you open the door, please? We'll get along well from now on. I promise I will never bully you again. Sister, I'm begging you. Liu Ryan even sent a voice message with a crying tone. She sounded so pitiful, as if she had truly repented. Looking at these hypocritical texts and voices, I felt completely indifferent inside. I even found it somewhat comical. When I drowned in the basement in my past life, the freezing despair, the suffocating sensation, on the terre, coldness, as they locked the door from taking the away the key. It was carved into the depths of my soul like a brand. Then, I sent a voice message. My tone was as calm as if I were talking about the weather. Dad, Mom, and Ryan, I've received your concerns. But here on the 30th floor of the old apartment, the air is indeed very good. And I have plenty of food. Thank you for caring about my health back then. And sending me back here. No. Please continue to stay in the villa and properly support each other. I wish you all happiness. After sending this message, I stopped paying attention to the flood of texts in the group. I calmly set the group chat to do not disturb. The rainstorm showed absolutely no sign of weakening. The water level kept rising. The villa area completely fell. Everything below the third floor was almost entirely submerged by the murky floodwaters. Panic began to spread among the survivors. Through the occasionally intermittent internet connection, I saw snippets of news. Some people risked wading through water and were electrocuted. Some started vicious fights over food. Some even tried building makeshift rafts. A few days later, on a storm-ravaged afternoon, the knocking on my door echoed again. This time, the sound was exceptionally frantic and desperate. You. Open the door. Open the door right now. It's me, your dad. His voice was hoarse, choking with sobs. Sister, I'm begging you. Open the door to drown us. We are so cold and hungry. Ik s'entermding. Liu Ryan's voice was shrill and weak. You. Mom was wrong. Mom will kneel for you. Open the door and look at us. Savues. My mom's cries were mixed with violent coughing. I walked over to the peephole. The three people outside the door had deathly pale faces. Their lips were purple from freezing, completely drenched in water, looking utterly pathetic. I didn't know how they managed to cross the river-like flood to get here. My dad tightly gripped a wooden stick he had picked up from somewhere, trying to support his body. Liu Ryan was tightly hugging my mom, shivering uncontrollably. Her eyes were filled with extreme fear and resentment toward me. That teddy dog named You was nowhere to be seen. I spoke coldly, my voice passing through the heavy security door, transmitting clearly to the outside. There is no room for you here. The air on the 30th floor is good. It suits me, not you. Don't you guys have a villa? Don't you have air conditioning? Aren't you unafraid as long as Mom and Dad are by your side? Go back, you. You ungrateful wretch. You will die a horrible death. My dad was completely enraged by my cold mockery. He raised the stick and smashed it against the door wildly, making dull, heavy thuds. Ungrateful wretch. You refuse to save us from dying. You will get your retribution. Even if I become a ghost, I won't let you off. You. Mom beg you. Mom kowtows to you. Do you really have the heart to watch us die outside? If you open the door, Mom will listen to whatever you say from now on. Mom will make it up to you. My mom tried to bang her head against the door. Des cris, curses, and begging, mixed with the sound of the storm, creating a symphony of despair. Over, separated by the sturdy security door and the shoe cabinet blocking it, their struggles seemed so futile and laughable. I didn't even look through the peephole anymore. I walked over to the window, pulled the curtains tight, and completely shut out the insane, desperate world outside. I opened a can of mixed congee and slowly ate it with a spoon. The sweet and soft flavor melted in my mouth, bringing a bizarre sense of peace. The chaos outside had nothing to do with me anymore. Time passed amidst the roar of the rainstorm and the intermittent knocking on the door. My food reserves were slowly decreasing, but they were enough to sustain me. I carefully planned my daily consumption, ensuring basic nutrition and hydration. Those 3 self-defense weapons lay right beside my hand, although I ended up not needing them. Their presence gave me an immense sense of security. As